so deeply absorbed in the thought of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then another example is Sukadev Goswami. Sukadev Goswami was also, because he was so absorbed, he was being chased by um, children and young women, and they were kind of making fun of him. But Sukadev Goswami didn't care, and he was so absorbed that uh, he kept on walking, and he would stop. He was internally so absorbed. He would stay only for the time it takes to milk a cow, and during that time he would speak about Krishna in response to the milk that he would receive. There Srila Prabhupada says the only um, duty of a saint is, in even in the case of Madhukari, is to give Krishna to others. Otherwise, there is no other business. When a saint goes and begs something, it is for the benefit of those who is being begged. It is not for the benefit of the saint. Everything a saint does is for the benefit of others. Um, then we see the same situation also in the case of the gopis when um, Krishna played the flute. When Krishna played the flute, they were not conscious of how they were looking. Srimad Bhagavatam describes their clothes were disarrayed. One one ear has an earring, another ear doesn't. One part of the cloth is covering the other part of the cloth is covering another part. In this way, they were not conscious, but they were so absorbed in the Supreme Personality of Godhead that they were being driven, they were running to catch a glimpse of the Supreme Lord. another, another example is also of Keshav Bharati, who was the sannyas guru of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And during the time when Mahaprabhu was taking sannyas, and Mahaprabhu, the barber naturally was unwilling, and all the devotees were very much hesitant to see that the Lord hair being cut off. Srimad Bhagavatam also describes that when Mahaprabhu descended, or Krishna descended, then they descended in their original hair. Obviously, the original Supreme Personality of Godhead who came, but specifically this line also mentioned that the Lord came in his original hairs. Um, the Kesh Samadhi is there. The Samadhi was given to those original hairs of the Lord. I mean, imagine something that descends from Golok Vrindavan, which is actually Lord on Tadiya, Lord on hairs, and they are on this planet, in this earth, given a Samadhi. That Samadhi is there in Katwa. And they were unwilling, the barber and other devotees were unwilling to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu hair being cut off. Then Mahaprabhu asked Murari to chant the holy name of Krishna. And there was such divinity while chanting the holy name of Krishna that even Keshav Bharati Maharaj has never experienced it. And Keshav Bharati Maharaj became so absorbed that he started like almost like flying in the air, like he was jumping and twirling, and he was dancing like so in such an absorbed manner. The devotees actually get used to it. Still, they are chanting and dancing and fully absorbed. But especially when a new person, when like we see sometime in Sankirtan or sometimes some new people and there is very nice Kirtan. So for them, it is more like uh, an unimaginable experience because they're not used to the power of Harinam Sankirtan. So that was something with Keshav Bharati Maharaj. I mean, he was from Shankara Sampradaya, but Mahaprabhu's mercy, then the way he was dancing, that his body was uncovered because the clothes were flying here and there. And Keshav Bharati Maharaj, Keshav Bharati was like um, unconscious of where the clothes were because he was so much absorbed in the Supreme Lord. So there are many examples. Um, Even Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was unconscious of the situation of his body, and form would come out from his mouth, and so many bodily transformation are described. And the devotees were shocked to see, but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not aware of the external condition, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was simply being absorbed in the Lord. But that is not the case with us. Um, um, with some of us at least, including me. But this process of bhakti, this process of devotional service gradually will definitely take us there. The absorption, the mind becoming absorbed in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is very natural for a living entity, because this is a constitutional position of all of us. It's constitutional position. We are meant to be absorbed in Krishna. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya ka bano Shravan Adi Shuddha Chitte Karo Yodo. That pure infinite love for Gopijana Vallabha is naturally within the heart of all of us. But it is awake, but it has been forgotten, and it is awakened by what we are doing now, and what we try to do every day is by the process of hearing and chanting with patience, with sincerity, while strictly following the four regulative principles. This love will gradually be awakened in our heart, and it is awakened mainly in devotee association. Very, very important is by remaining always around devotees. Uh, Devotee association will always bring more and more enthusiasm in our Krishna consciousness. Then another thing that Prabhupada mentions in the purport is about the protection. So Prabhupada took, no, like Devahuti was unconscious of how her hair were, how her garments were, and she was unaware because she was so absorbed in the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Prabhupada took it to next level, and Prabhupada says protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. A devotee is one who surrenders onto the service of the Supreme Lord. The Lord takes charge of the maintenance of the devotee's body, and there is no need of anxiety for its protection. So, a devotee does not need to take anxiety for the protection of one's body. This is very interesting. But naturally, Srila Prabhupada says, fully surrendered soul has no anxiety for the maintenance of the body. We have a lot of anxiety, I'm sure. Uh, um, People have a lot of fear about uh, what is going to happen tomorrow, what disease may come, how the body may end. So there are many, many anxiety about the protection, what I should do, what I should not do, what measures I can take. It is natural for a living entity to have all these fears and working in that direction. But here it says that the Supreme Lord takes charge of the maintenance of the devotee's body, and there is no need of anxiety for its protection. Very, I mean, mm, I'm even hesitant to take example of Prahlad Maharaj and Ambarish Maharaj, because too high to even the name, taking their name is like, I can't even think about describing um, um, their surrender and the protection that they were given. Um, we see that um, Prabhupada says about the maintenance. Prabhupada says Supreme Lord takes care of the maintenance of innumerable species of bodies. Or in other words, Krishna takes care of everybody maintenance. Will Krishna leave his own devotees unprotected? And Srimati Radharani, like it is said, Srimati Radharani takes care of us like a mother. Um, like a mother provides whatever is needed for a child. The mother knows in advance, and the mother provides. And it is said, like, like when we go back home, the first thing that mother does to us is she gives us food, and especially she makes the kind of food that we like the most. So in that way, Srimati Radharani and Sri Krishna, they take complete care, um, um, complete responsibility. I mean, they take responsibility for all living entities, whether they surrender or not. But to speak about devotees, so Prabhupada asked this question: will the devotee of the Lord go unprotected? We see Srila Prabhupada also, like we see um, our acharyas, they show by example that in how in every situation they dependent on the mercy of the Lord, and that is because of their faith. Um, we see Srila Prabhupada, um, when he was in Jaladuta, he had two heart attacks, and devotees were telling him, Srila Prabhupada, you should go to hospital. I mean, probably, if I'm right, if in today's world, if somebody has two heart attacks, naturally they will go through either putting a stunt in the veins which are blocked. Naturally, something is fully blocked, or there is those bypass surgery, those kind of things. So people put faith in medical science. I mean, I'm not saying we should not do that. I'm just giving an example of Srila Prabhupada. Um, and Prabhupada, whenever there was some concern, we don't see Prabhupada going through these surgeries. And so Prabhupada is actually qualified to write this purport. We probably cannot speak like this, but Prabhupada can. And Prabhupada was just fully absorbed in how to spread Krishna consciousness movement, and Krishna will take care. And even at that at the last stage, when Srila Prabhupada was about to leave the body, the Ved wanted to give Srila Prabhupada an injection so that um, the body can be healed and Prabhupada can stay longer. And Prabhupada says, no pin should pierce my body. And I mean, once in a while, one time, there is an example when Prabhupada was rushed to the hospital because the health became very, very severe. And the moment Prabhupada became conscious, Prabhupada saw all these tubes around him, and Prabhupada says, um, um, take me, I think Brahmanand Prabhu, take me out of here. I don't want to stay here. Take me out of here. So we see Prabhupada didn't want to stay there. I mean, if it's like, again, I'm not saying we should follow Prabhupada. In a way, without following that faith, without developing that faith, we should follow his activity. That will be more like copying the activities and not following his teachings. That's because the Prabhupada had that faith that these things is not going to save me, but Krishna is going to save me. I mean, to speak on this was also is difficult for me because Prabhupada is practicing it, so he can speak that. We see another example of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So one time Bhaktivinoda Thakur's son, he became very, very sick. Um, then Bhaktivinoda Thakur, like there were many Veds, many things were given to him. Somehow his sickness was not recovering. Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur asked his Siksha Guru, who was Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, that my son is very, very sick. What do we do? He was about to leave his body, that level of sickness. Then Jagannath Babaji Maharaj said that for the whole night, he should stay in the birthplace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Once he touches the mud where Mahaprabhu appeared, then he will be all right. Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he took his son and he have his son stay. Whole night he slept on that mud, which is Shrimad Mahaprabhu Janmasthan. And next morning, Bhaktivinoda Thakur noticed that his sickness was gone. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur was very much surprised. So we also see in the example of our acharyas, and we see in the example of Srila Prabhupada. Now, if somebody tells us, you sleep there, we'll be like, it again, everything is based on one's faith, how much faith one has. We didn't Chanamrit, but how much faith we have in Chanamrit. Um, um, every time I always try to say, Kanishta Madhyama Uttama Shraddha Anusari. Who is Kanishta Adhikari, who is Madhyama Adhikari, who is Uttama Adhikari is based on one's faith. And from this we see the faith of Srila Prabhupada and the faith of Bhaktivinoda Thakur and the faith of Jagadas Babaji Maharaj. Um, we see Gaur Krishodas Babaji Maharaj. He had eye blindness. He could not see properly. So devotees wanted to take him to Calcutta for recovery. Just 1 hour operation. And as God is Babaji Maharaj, I won't go there. This is hell. This is hell. I mean, We are asked, we'll drive wherever we want to go for an operation and keep our body fit. So naturally, again, Srila Prabhupada can speak, but we see this in example because their faith is very high in Krishna. And that's why Srila Prabhupada can say that Lord is a protector. And it clearly says, second chapter, second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, that a fully surrendered soul has no anxiety about the maintenance of his body. We have constant anxiety about the maintenance of the body. I mean, there is, um, we can say that we have to be practical. Krishna has given us intelligence, which is all good, but ultimately it's a matter of faith. Uh, the consciousness of God, Sri Babaji Maharaj. And also, we cannot mimic, but then there are examples. That being said, should we not take care of our body and not go to hospital? No, I would go. But then we are speaking of this particular verse and trying to understand this particular purport. Um, um, I remember one time, I heard like Guru Puja was going on and somebody was limping and he had some health issue and Prabhupada gave him some money and Prabhupada said, go and see the doctor. And on another note, now, this is very interesting. On another note, Prabhupada showed by his own example, Prabhupada says, my massage, my medicine, and my morning walk, they give me life. So this is another facet. We cannot speak just on one angle and not cover the other angle. So on one side, Srila Prabhupada was um, depending on his heart attack or when it comes, when it comes, it comes. Mhm. How much time Krishna has given me, I don't have much time. Prabhupada would say like that. I don't know if I have enough time to compose Srimad Bhagavatam. Um, and how much time Krishna has given him. And then Prabhupada would take Ayurvedic medicines, Prabhupada would take. And it was actually, Shruti Kirti Prabhu was telling it was gold powder. That was the Ayurvedic medicine, just the gold powder. Naturally very expensive medicine, and that capsule Srila Prabhupada would take every day. Prabhupada says, so it's like Ayurveda. So Prabhupada would take care from one perspective and not from another perspective. So, and last few minutes, today is also a very, very auspicious day. It is the Purnima of the month of Chaitra, month of April. Um, Generally, Purnimas are always auspicious. On the top, today is also the appearance day of Hanuman. It's Hanuman Jayanti um, whose service attitude to serve Lord Sri Ram was um, beyond all of his discomfort and mm, completely, completely selfless, um, completely pure. And his heart was always longing. We see just by service he attained perfection. He was always perfect, but one example is given. And his love for Lord Ram is impeccable. That he didn't want to leave the service of Lord Ram even for a moment, and he wanted to always be with the Lord. His love and his attraction, his affection, his snigdha for Lord Ram was so much. Um, Lord Ram loved him so much, and he loved Lord Ram so much that at the end, after Sita Ram, Lakshman, they disappeared. He even showed his heart. There was Sita Ram within his heart. And even the Lord Ram has so much affection for him that he chose Hanuman and gave him the ring. If you find Mother Sita, this ring, you gave it to him. And when somebody gave him a necklace, then either Vibhishan or somebody, I'm not good in Ramayana, either Vibhishan or somebody gave him a necklace and he gave it to Mother Sita, and Mother Sita gave it to Hanuman. Then must start cutting off each and every pearl to see Ram is there, not there, throw it away. And the necklace was very expensive. I think original pearls or diamonds, whatever. And he was looking at Lord Ram is there. What is the use? Lord Ram is there. What is the use? And he threw. Then Mother Sita was very much surprised. Lord Ram said, "This is my devotee. What can I do?" This is the kind of devotee Hanuman is. Um, and we hear that example also. This sindoor, um, uh, kumkum sindoor, Mother Sita was putting Hanuman. And why are you putting? Then Mother Sita told Hanuman because uh, um, Lord Ram likes it very much. He said, "Oh, okay." Then he went and put sindoor all over his body. Mother Sita, what happened to you? He said, if little bit Lord Ram liked, then certainly Lord Ram will like me very much. So that's why Lord Ram is covered in kumkum in most of the temples in India. And Lord Ram has this, and Hanuman has this natural humility also. When Narad Muni went to Hanuman and he started worshipping Hanuman, and this is in Bhagavatamrita. And Narad Muni says, there is no devotee like you, Hanuman. Hanuman said, let us go to the temple first. Then he went to the temple. Then Narad Muni was praising, and Hanuman said, see, I am the most unfortunate. Um, 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 everybody, the whole, when Lord Ram came, entire Ayodhya and everybody during Ram Raj, they went to Ayodhya. Everybody went to spiritual world. I am the only one who remained here. And that's because the Lord knows that I have no love for him. And I'm not qualified. And that's why, of course, Lord Ram gave him the reason just to as a proof that I came for all time to come. I wanted to stay there. Very confidential service actually, because Hanuman was so dear. You give the tough service to those who you have faith that they will follow or they will do it. Like we see Uddhav, Krishna says Uddhav was very dear, and Krishna with all the Yadus, they went actually back to Godhead. Even the queens, they also eventually, everybody left, but Uddhav was asked to stay behind because Uddhav was very confidential to Sri Krishna. And that's why Bhagwan Sri Krishna gave instruction to Uddhava in form of Uddhav Gita. And likewise, Hanuman was very, very dear to Ram. And that's why for this most confidential, for the sake of um, um, deliverance for this material existence, which is a very important service. Lord Ram, because he knows that Hanuman, without a thought, he will follow what I say. And he gave this service to her very confidentially. But Hanuman naturally was thinking that, see, I have no love for Lord Ram, and that's why everybody went. But because I was not qualified, I have to stay here forever. Everyone is with the Lord, and I am also with the Lord in the form of his deity in this temple. I'm every day serving the Lord, but I'm not qualified to go to go with him. But see how glorious is Maharaj Yudhishthir and the Pandavas, that Krishna is personally becoming their messenger and their carrier. And that's like every devotee thinks himself that he is not qualified. And there's this example of Hanuman also. Then today are many other things also. Today is also the appearance day of Sri Radha Kund. Um, um, Jiva Goswami says that Radha Kund appeared. Previously, there was a thought that Radha Kund appeared in the month of Kartik. But then, in reference to Jiva Goswami's Sandarbha, Jiva Goswami mentions that it was a full moon night. And previously, it was thought that Radhakund appearance day is on Bahula Ashtami. But Bahula Ashtami is not full moon. It's, I think, sixth or seventh Ashtami, eighth day after the full moon. Eighth day after Kartik Purnima is Bahula Ashtami. But Jiva Goswami says that Radhakund appeared, it was a full moon night. And then Jiva Goswami says it was the full moon night of Chaitra when um, 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 Aristasura, he attacked Nandagaon. And Krishna, naturally, Krishna was, mm, there is a very nice description because of time's sake and no qualification. I cannot describe the appearance of Radhakund, but it is on this particular night that Sri Radhakund appeared if you want, and it will be nice to hear the glories of the holiest of the whole holy dham of Sri Radha Kund. From the last three verses of Nectar of Instruction, especially Srila Prabhupada purport. Prabhupada described the glories of Radha Kund like anything. Um, as and Rupa Goswami himself gives the position of higher than Devi Dham is Hari Dham, higher than Hari Dham is Mahesh Dham, higher than Mahesh Dham is Hari Dham. From Brahma Samhita and higher than in Hari Dham, higher than Vaikuntha Loka is Ayodhya, higher than that is Mathura, higher than that is Dwarka, higher than that is no Dwarka, then Mathura, and then Vrindavan, and then Govardhan, and higher than Govardhan is Sri Radha Kund. And this pranam mantra is there. Yatha Radha Priya Vishnu Tashyam Kundam Priyam Tatha Sarva Gopishu Saivaika Vishnu Atyanta Vallabha. Just as Srimati Radharani is very, very dear to Sri Krishna, likewise her Kund, Yatha Radha Priya Vishnu Tasyam Kundam Priyam Tatha. Just like Radharani is Priyam to Vishnu, which is here refers to Krishna, Yatha Radha Priya Vishnu Tasyam Kundam Priyam Tatha. Just like that, her Kunda is uh, uh, as dear to Sri Krishna as um, how much love Sri Krishna has for Sri Radha, that much love Sri Krishna has for Sri Radha Kund. Um, and just like Srimati Radharani appearance day is very like Radha Ashmi, Srimati Radharani's appearance day is very, very dear to Sri Krishna. Likewise, appearance day of Sri Radha Kund is very, very dear to Sri Krishna, because Krishna loves both of them, and Krishna sees both of them as non like inseparable or no difference. It is said that liquid form of Radharani's love is Radha Kund, and Radharani is and Shrimati Radharani is made of love for Krishna, and that love for Krishna in liquid form is Sri Radha Kund. That is very, very, very holy day today. Then today is also the appearance of Vamsi Vadana Thakur. I'll take few more minutes just to speak 2 minutes about him also. Vamsi Vadana Thakur was the son of Madhava, Madhava Das. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he wanted to go to Vrindavan, when he attempted to go to Vrindavan after completing his South Indian tour via Bengal, then he wanted to meet his mother, he wanted to take bath in Ganges, and he wanted to meet the devotees. And from there, through Ram Kili Kanai Natshala, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had a desire to go to Vrindavan with all his associates. And when he went to Bengal, then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed for 7 days in the house of Madhavadas. And during those 7 days, Madhavdas begot a child whose name was Vamsi Vadana Thakur. And Vamsi Vadana. Uh, um, so Vamsi Vadana Thakur, he appeared while Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in the house of Madhavadas. And it is described that Vamsi Vadana Thakur was the incarnation of Sri Krishna's flute, according to Gaur Ganudesh Deepika by Kavi Karnapur. Sri Krishna's flute appeared as Vamsi Vadana Thakur. And since his childhood, he naturally is always, Lord's flute himself, and very dear to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu also externally, um, in the past time, gave full blessings, and Vamsi Vadana Thakur was always absorbed in love for Sri Krishna. And Vamsi Vadana Thakur, after the Mahaprabhu, he went to Kanai Natshala, then he came via Shantipur and back. And then Mahaprabhu, there is no instance of Mahaprabhu coming to Bengal again, physically. Although he came to the meditation of Narasimhananda Brahmachari, but no instance of him physically coming again to Bengal. So then, Vamsi Vadana, when he was a small child, he would take care of Vishnu Priya. Vishnu Priya naturally is in her 40s, late 40s, because this is during the time of Mahaprabhu, when the Gambhira Leela was going on of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then Vishnupriya, and he was small child, like a teenager, and he would personally render, like whether cooking or various household chores, he would do to Vishnupriya. Um, and when Vishnupriya would fast out of love for or separation from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then Vamsivadana Thakur would also fast along with Vishnupriya. So we can see that what kind of confidential service Vamsivadana Thakur performed. And today's appearance day, so it is also very obvious that in this month, in this time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in the house of Madhavdas in Bengal after post sannyas when he wanted to go to uh, Vrindavan. So very wonderful. Then today is also Balaram Rasa Yatra. Balaram Ras Leela happened. So this is also the day when when Balaramji, when I mean Krishna was feeling separation from Vrindavan and the residents of Vrindavan. Then Krishna sent Balaram to give solace to the Vrajavasis who were at the verge of death out of separation from Sri Krishna. Um, then Balaramji went, and this time Balaramji, they were uh, gopis who were attracted to Balaramji, and they were too small when Balaramji was in Vrindavan. So there was no pastime that Balaramji could perform. And it is said that these gopis of Balaramji, they were in the previous life, they were the daughters of the snakes in Patal Loka who had immense love for Sheshanag. Sheshanag is like the most brilliant personality, who is always with his 1000 mouths. He is always glorifying the pastimes of Sri Krishna and all the incarnation of Sri Krishna. And all these uh, Naga Kanyas, these daughters, when they would go and hear Hari Katha, Bhagavad Katha from the beautiful effulgent personality, Sheshanag, who carries the jewels on his hood, and he is, every incarnation of the Lord is exquisitely beautiful. And when they would hear the effulgence of Sheshanag, the beauty of Sheshanag, and the Katha of Sheshanag, always absorbed in the Lord, they were so attracted to Sheshanag. And then they appeared. They wanted to, I mean, they had this loving relationship. They always wanted to love. And Sheshanag is super absorbed in glorifying the Lord. So when Sheshanag, original form, Balramji came, then they appeared as gopis. And then Balramji fulfilled their desires. And that Balaram Ras Yatra happened here, happened today. And also it is Krishna Vasant Ras Yatra. It is at the two main days when Krishna performs his Ras Yatra pastimes. One is um, Sharad Purnima, Kartik Purnima, and one is Chaitra Purnima, which is today. So that pastime also happened. And Krishna was going for his Rasa Yatra pastime, and that's the day when he attacked, Aristasura attacked. And it became very late. The next day, Krishna performed the pastimes. Otherwise, every year, until that time Krishna was in Vrindavan, this pastime, Krishna Vasant Ras Yatra, would happen today. This is because the Vasant time is coming. So this is Vasant Purnima, or that is Sharad Purnima. This is um, Vasant Ras Yatra. And today, today is also the appearance day of Shyamananda Pandit, who was naturally named Dukhi Krishna Das, and he is the emblem of how by serving the devotees and serving the Dham in a humble mood, he received the complete mercy of Srimati Radharani. Um, um, and he was given the name Shyamananda, one who is very dear. And then Jiva Goswami gave him the title Pandit, and that's how he became Shyamananda Pandit, who later on um, preached in Orissa, Shyamananda Pandit. And he had many glorious disciples like uh, Kaliyuga memory, forgot the name, who delivered the elephant, Gopal. He gave him the name Gopal. Anyways, So that is also the appearance day of Shyamananda Pandit. So lot of appearances of Hanuman, Shyamananda Pandit, Vamsi Vadana, appearance of Radha Kund, Balram Rasiyatra, Shri Krishna Vasant Rasiyatra, uh, and a Purnima, of course. So that's all I was thinking of going through little about these beautiful pastimes. If there is any discussion, we can take now. Any questions?
Thank you so much for the wonderful class, Prabhu. Just remembering one thing. Um, Indraduna Maharaj's class, he was mentioning about Shamanand Pandit that after he got that Paijab and he went to the spiritual world to see Srimati Radharani, and then Srimati Radharani gives him a darshan, and then actually tells him, now you go back to material world, and he starts crying. He's just literally weeping, that after so many this thing, and I'm finally getting your darshan and you're asking me to go back to material world. And Srimati Radharani says, seeing his affection, she actually manifests the deities of Krishna from her heart, and then she actually gives that deity to him. And then he brings, I forgot the deity name actually. If you remember, please share, bro.
I think Radha Shyam Sundar. I think.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Broji.
Thank you very much, sharing. Wonderful. Very good. Thank you. Okay, if there is nothing else, I think we can end here. If I spoke anything wrong, please forgive me as a humble servant. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhe vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Shaman and Krishna Prabhu ki
Thank you.
jai.
Jai.
Hare
Dandavat
Thank you
pranam,
so
Prabhuji.
much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Dandavat pranam, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank
Thank
you
you
for the
very much.
wonderful class.
Thank you. Dandavat pranam. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Shri Tama.